Hi boys, I should be going live pretty soon. Wait, let me just test out my microphone. Alright, there works. Should be live. Let me just make sure. Hello. Okay, I am. That works. I'm definitely live. So we're going to get here into I might make this into a dude. I'm sure some fucking people have done it. I'm sure there's no way this is new. Like fucking rating people's tweets on his case. Dude, either way, I didn't look into whether other people have been doing this, but I'm gonna have my original take on that. It's all like the 100 layer challenge. It's just like you're demonstrating you having been dropped as a kid 100 times in your own original way by putting different fucking shit on. But it's gonna be a bit more. So I'm not gonna go into replies. It's just fucking AIDS. I'm gonna try not watching videos either, dude. But yeah, yeah. So facts don't care about your feelings. I have to rate that obviously fucking 10 out of 10, dude. I think what I'm going to do, this is a very obvious turn. I'm going to try to be getting more into detail. Like, dude, you fucking know me. I go on tangents all the fucking time. I won't have to try to do that shit, okay? I'm a bit high right now. I don't know. Earlier I was sort of feeling more like, dude, let me just try to live stream and go on a tangent about fucking everything. But, yeah, dude, I'm sure I'll get into that as I get into this live stream, but, dude, I might make that into a series where I just, like, check out a bunch of people, but, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do afterwards, I'm just gonna go on my profile, dude, like, this is the perfect time to start, like, my Twitter account just got unbanned again, so, I'm not banned right now, one of the few times I'll ever not be banned, so, perfect time to make this series. Then I'll just count up my fucking profile, like, numbers, and I will add them into my fucking regular calculator. It just stopped working, which is gay. So I'll do that. Oh yeah, me looking up some shit. I need to do that for Elon Musk. I feel like half of the stream is just gonna be me looking up words. So yeah, facts don't care about your feelings. That's You can't really disagree with that. Okay, retweeted, don't give a shit. I have some good news. We shouldn't need the arms and training of a soldier to survive a trip to the grocery store. What the fuck is the context behind this? Like, is it like regarding the Second Amendment? Is that like what? Dude, I can't even rate this. I have no clue. Okay. Retweeted Matt Walsh. Oh god. The largest protest against gender mutilation in the country. Okay, dude. This isn't by Ben. Is this a joke? No idea what the fuck that convention. Nobody cares. This looks like cancer. This looks like some 7-year-old would post. The tall one has all the grace of a like. I don't care if this is like. Should I be charitable and watch this? Okay, so I think this goes as a 0 out of 10. This is not funny. It's gay. It's cringe. Okay, next to entitlement workers for welfare queens. Let's go. Now, I am a libertarian, and, dude, look at my latest fucking tweets. I think that, dude, I don't wanna get this shit, dude, I go on tangents all the fucking time about. So, yeah, in case you ever want to debate me on fucking anything, I'm about to get unbanned from the Ask Yourself Discord server, potentially. Like, I just learned apparently you can appeal your ban, and if you are sorry, you get unbanned. I'm still waiting for a reply to my email, but apparently I will get replied to, and I will get accepted. Because I am sorry that I got banned on that server. But anyway, let me get That by the way, all three of these replies were from me. That is pretty sad, but yeah, this is absolutely yeah, a lot of these people, I'm sorry, but the word parasite, you might not like it, you might think it's bad framing, but I'm sorry, if you cannot afford to feed your own children, and you just decide to have children anyway, because well, fuck them. Doesn't matter if I can't afford to give them their basic needs, such as being able to afford like giving them lunch. It doesn't matter if my kids are gonna starve to death, because well, I could just blame that on the government and just virtue signal and play the victim card. I'm sorry, like it sucks that life is that way, but you shouldn't make kids. You shouldn't have kids for selfish reasons. And like following that logic, oh well, some people can't have kids, dude. If you cannot afford living yourself, you can't have kids. Like I'm sorry, this is like you shouldn't have kids for selfish reasons. If your kids are not going to like look at it this way, homeless people. I have nothing against homeless people. Like homeless people, great people. Should they have kids? Well, if they have kids, their kids are going to be homeless. They like it's a joke. Their kids won't have any opportunities in life. So yeah, like these people who are just having a bunch of kids, none of which they can afford, by the way. Like just virtue signaling about how the government's fucking them over. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but with this whole thing, partly there's a big movement around the idea that like workers should govern what's it called, like workers should decide on like pretty much run the company that is employing them, like decide on the rules and stuff, and like they should get to vote well, I'm sorry, but your work site isn't supposed to represent you. Your government is supposed to represent you, but not your work site. Like you get paid to obey over there. That is what they like. I'm sorry, it's a service in return for a check. Like this is bargaining, and in a bargain, you get to make the deals. I'm sorry, but this is a free fucking country. You get to make deals, and guess what? If the deals are bad, you don't fucking take them. Okay, let me. You see all this fucking weed right here? Well, I got this for like, well, I smoked a good bit. This is about, let's just say 8 grams. Okay, let me say that, this little fucking chunk, I was to sell it to you for fucking $50,000. That's fucking retarded. You wouldn't buy that. But if I found someone stupid enough to fucking buy that, should I not be allowed to sell it? And should they, like, am I exploiting someone? Should I not legally be allowed to do that? Like, there's a difference between being an asshole, say, like not being courteous enough in your treatment to employers. I think you should treat them well and give them like good living standards. But at the end of the day, it's a bargain. You're telling people, here's what I'm offering and here's the price of it. Like here's how much I'm paying you, and you agree or you disagree. Like people should have the right to set that to whatever the fuck they want. And if they don't like somebody's fucking but if they don't like somebody's offer, they go somewhere else. Like, I'm sorry if I decide, oh well, I don't want to buy this. I shouldn't have to give a reason. Like again, that just like for firing workers, yeah, they're the ones paying you. They should get to say, unless they made a contract with you, that they should get to decide, because you also get to decline the job for any reason. They should get to decide, look, we don't need you anymore for any reason. We don't want you anymore because it's their fucking business. Like they're the ones paying the money. They should get to decide what they're paying for. Like if at any point in time you want to cancel your YouTube subscription, it is your fucking money. You should get to do that. And like this really is entitlement because, well, these people, they're giving you like they're giving you an opportunity. It might be bad, but like they don't owe you anything. Like society doesn't owe you shit just for like you don't owe society shit just for being born within it. I'm sorry, I'm high as fuck. I mean that fucking weed, but yeah, society, like you don't owe society shit just for being born within it. And it's like, dude, I could go on and on about this, but I mean that pretty much. This is like you you could just go back to this whole text that is and I have a long opinion on that, but let me see what this is. It's kind of violent rhetoric against drug workers. Does this have a meaning? Wait, what on earth is drug worker? Urban dictionary. Okay, well that says a lot already. What? Oh, okay, so that's what? What? Dude, that's such a big thing to like. I'm sure that's not really what people like. That's just such a big category. Like people at the pharmacy. Like this word describes like, the people at the pharmacy who like hand you the drugs as well as like fucking like like fucking fentanyl dealers and shit. What? But I have no clue what she's talking about. Most fentanyl sellers are people who use it as well. They are trying to survive under the same racist system. Opium would. Isn't opium like really, really deadly? Isn't it worse? I don't know. I don't know anything. But yeah, I agree the war on drugs is fucking retarded. Kurzgesagt has, like, weighed in on this. They deleted that video, but it was really good. But yeah, the war on drugs, it's a huge fucking issue for a number of reasons, and it's like, again, we live in a free fucking country. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, you should have the right to do whatever the fuck you want with your body. And again, if you're selling to somebody, um, I'm sorry, but voluntary action does not lead to exploitation. Ben should know this more than anyone. If someone is choosing to take drugs, anybody knows this. If you go to fucking school, you will have this massive amount of just bullshit of oh well, so look at this guy who took drugs with the like piano music playing in the background, and it's like, dude, he smoked a cigarette once, and then he took cocaine. Motherfucker, he was shooting up his school, dude. And it's like, dude, there's just so much just what's it called, just overhyped bullshit that is just fucking thrown at you from every direction during all the time you spend in school about how horrible drugs are. I think everybody knows that drugs are addictive, and even starting them, that can ruin your life. People who are living a good life do not want to, but like, by the way, just so you know, also, no, like nobody fucking peer pressures you into taking drugs. Like you telling somebody, you even tell even about fucking weed. You telling one of your friends, unless you know they smoke weed, you tell them, hey, you want to hit this blunt or some shit. Like that is already somewhat frowned upon. But like peer pressuring someone even into smoking weed or drinking alcohol, like, do you have any idea how badly that's frowned upon within any circle? Like, I've been to grades like fucking 6 through 12, here and I mean, through grades second grade through 12th grade over here in Louisiana. in no grade would that have been considered like even acceptable for anybody. No one peer pressures you into doing drugs ever. That is just not a thing. That is frowned upon. You're seen as a clown and as an asshole if you would ever do that. I've never seen anybody do that, and I know it would be looked down upon. Like, that shit is just insane. People don't peer pressure you into taking drugs. If you take drugs, it's because your life is going downhill, and that's the best thing you have for yourself. Like, an alternative could be suicide a lot of the time, and you could go to that before you go to suicide. So that's also a very important factor. Like, that gives you an alternative to suicide a lot of the time, and people should get to put whatever the fuck they want in their own body. Like, if they want to commit suicide, I'm sorry, but the 13th Amendment is a thing. You and your body does not belong to the government. Like, the government shouldn't get to tell you like, how to live in terms of your own health. If you want to ruin your health, you do not belong to the government. Slavery is illegal now. So, yeah, the government should, like, it's none of the government's concern how healthy you are, whether you choose to, like, do things that are harmful towards you. The government should only exist to stop you from harming other people, because your liberties and your rights extend only up to where those of others, like those of others, start. So your liberties cannot infringe on someone else's liberties. You cannot force anybody else to take drugs, but this is voluntary action. It can't lead to exploitation unless these people are exploiting themselves. Good for them, they're exploiting themselves. Like, you should have, like, you don't belong to the government, and if you're the one doing it to yourself, I mean, yeah, that's fucking retarded, but I'm not sure. Like, I mean, I would agree with this. Entitlement workers for welfare queens. I mean, I like this, but I like this too. So, you know what? I'm gonna have to go with 5 out of 10. Because, yeah, welfare queens are entitlement workers. Like, welfare, it's really just you not having earned enough money. And by the way, we definitely can improve the system of meritocracy we have. The left wants to just get free fucking college. That way you can just have another 4 years to not learn your lesson, which in high school, if you had learned your lesson, that would have been get good grades. Like that, you get tops, which, in case you didn't know, there is free college in America. It's called tops. You can apply for it if you are a citizen here, have a green card, and it will cover your college tuition as long as you have a GPA of 4.0, which is all A's. You might get some percentage if you have all A's and B's, but like all A's. That covers, if not the entirety, like pretty much the entirety. And well, if people aren't going to have learned their lesson by the end of high school, I think maybe we give them I don't know, 4 to 5 years with like that type of cooldown, then we pay them a free semester in college. And if they have a GPA of 4.0, well, they can apply for tops and have their next semester paid and so on. Because it goes like, what were you, like the last semester you spent, like in either high school or college, what was your GPA? So that's how we should do it every 4 to 5 years after you've had your time to learn your lesson. Like, you like maybe you got out on the streets, now you get a semester paid again. That would improve meritocracy. But like the thing of, oh yeah, let's get free college for fucking everyone, it's like, yeah, then you get to just learn your lesson 4 years later, because even though you might be able to buy free college for people who didn't earn it, a great way to improve meritocracy, right? Just put in the face of those who earned it. Well, was like, yeah, you could what the fuck? yeah, you could just do what the fuck I just said, dude. I'm high as fuck, but I think I gave that. Okay, so I fully agree. Okay, what is this? Protect women's sport. Like pushing a trans and intersex sports ban. Um. Okay, so I think, dude, everything that is gonna be about the trans debate, it's really gonna be overhyped. But I think specifically in women's sports, especially professional sports, like this isn't a question of whether or not you're affirming trans people as like their new gender, or like their new like it's not a question of that. It really is a question of, do these people have an unfair advantage? And like if these people do have an unfair advantage, like it shouldn't matter that, like, oh well, it's unfair to them. You have to make it unfair to some people to keep it fair to everyone. And such things like unfair advantages, like I get there might be an overlap between, oh well, you sort of have to have good genetics, but everyone can have good genetics. Like that's a common thing. But when you I say wait, uh, like yeah, for example, I've heard there's a certain sport, like an Olympic sport where like if you have I know, if you're amputated, if you're missing one of your legs, you have a huge unfair advantage. Like some fucking bullshit science thing, like you have more momentum, but guess what, amputees who are missing one of their legs, they're banned from competing in that specific sport, at least in the Olympics. Why? Because them being an amputee gives them an unfair advantage. Like, is it fair to that person who's amputated to do that? They might like have dedicated their life to the sport, maybe specifically because they have that advantage, but they will never get to compete in it Olympics wise. Well, I think here, like, maybe it's taken it too far to like ban trans people from fucking like high school types. It's like, but the thing is, it depends on their level of transitioning, like how far they've gone into it. But yeah, I've heard people who are at least like women who are transitioning to men, uh, like men who are transitioning to women for a damn good bit of time, they'll have way higher testosterone levels, things like that. And like they'll have bodily function, whatever the fuck, that will just give them unfair advantages as opposed to women who aren't trans. So yeah, like that shit is just a natural advantage, like unnatural advantage that you'd have if you're a trans woman. So I mean, again, it's not fair towards those people, right? But this is a question of maintaining the sport fair for the overwhelming majority of people. Just like you don't allow for steroids to be taken, like there you could just not take steroids, but like you can't choose not to be an amputee, for example. And I think I'm pretty sure after a certain amount of time after transitioning, you'd be fine. But like that shit sucks, right? But I mean, again, being a trans person sucks. You have to undergo a surgery, probably costs a lot of fucking money. Uh, like above to like I like tend to more like 20,000 fucking dollars and above. Like this shit's insane. It costs a lot of money. Like it sucks being a trans person, dude. And like sports, I think that's the least important type. Most people don't care about like having a huge career in sports, so they like grow out of it, I guess. I mean, it really sucks, but I think it should depend. Like firstly, maybe not in all sports. I think that's taking it a bit too far. Yeah, let's not allow trans women to be in any types of sports team ever. It's like, you know, if you're like in a high school team, like whatever, just like I don't know if that's really gonna matter too much, but like there are some like hormonal imbalances, like some hormonal issues that make it so that these people have an unfair advantage. So it's not a question of whether or not we're affirming them. So, dude, I think I'm mumbling at this point, but I fully agree. In fact, to solve both the problem of pay disparity. Is he talking about the wage gap, which isn't fucking real? That's fucking hilarious if he is. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I've heard a lot of shit about this, but the only framing that matters here is, well, it doesn't matter if there's a pay or wage gap, because when it comes to any job, you are not legally allowed to hire someone on the basis of whether or not they're like whether they're a man or a woman. That is not allowed, and you're not allowed to pay someone more than somebody else based on whether they're a man or a woman. And if women get paid more in any place, or if men get paid more, especially if men got paid more, these people would get sued just out of their fucking they would get sued bankrupt like immediately. Like, people do not play around with that shit. People get super fucking angry over that shit, and suing people just gets you a lot of money. It's very great, very beneficial to you. So people would fucking do it because they have every reason to. So it doesn't matter if there was to be a wage gap, because the only way with our legal system that there would be to explain a wage gap would be if women either tended to choose more like jobs that uh like pay less, either they tend to work less. But like there is no thing of women get paid less. Like, no, that is literally illegal, and that is very easy to spot. Like, if this happened, if like the implication of the wage gap was true, by definition it wouldn't be true, because all these people would have been sued, and like it wouldn't exist. Like, the whole premise is false by definition of like our laws. But yeah, dude, I told you I'd go on a tangent in this shit. Let me see if I'm getting views now. Who cares? I sort of thought so. Anyway, I don't know how I'm gonna. Okay. What the fuck? What even is that? She is some sports group? What do you... Can you fuck yourself? Okay. Oh god, he's gonna troll, right? This whole entirely and create a unisex soccer team based entirely on athletic merit. Okay, you know what? This is pretty funny. And I agree with pretty... Okay, this, you know what? I will put that as a 10 out of 10. I have to, okay? This is that big. Good way. Anyway. Let me go get, well, firstly, my pickaxe. I'm sure I'm gonna need this at some point. And also, my panties. I don't know, I'm gonna try not smoking too much weed right now. Like, not really trying to... I don't know, I'm sort of trying to calm down on that these days. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be, quitting weed or some shit. Oh god, fucking Joe Rogan. Okay, well, let me just put that down real quick. I don't need that. Oh, what in the fuck? I did not open that. Retard. Alright, so next. Motherfucker, like, you even tweet? Okay. Dude, I don't care. This is long. Okay. You have no kids. I... To be slaughtered? What is the... What? To be slaughtered? What? No fucking clue what he's talking about. To be slaughtered now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he doesn't need to do all that. I'm sure whether or not he is, like, nobody's going to, go and try to hurt Ben Shapiro's son. I'm sure. Like, I don't think it matters whether or not Ben Shapiro owns a firearm. Or, like, whether or not his, school and... It's like, dude, I don't think Ben Shapiro's ownage of a firearm, increases his kid's safety. I think his kid is safe no matter what, so... I will put, 3 out of 10. I think if you're concerned about your kid's safety, legit, fucking putting, what's it called, I don't know, at the park, like, making your fucking, I don't know, putting little, balls inside the park place, instead of, like, replacing the sand with, just fucking little, you know, these little balls, right, that people, like, little kids have, like, these, just replacing the sand with a ball pit, right? I think that is literally, gonna be more of an influence on your kid's health, because there's a bigger chance that your kids are going to fall off of just fall off of some, like, bullshit that they're playing on at the park, and just somehow fall on their head and kill themselves, as opposed to them just getting, like, some fucking random person who wants to attack your kid, just going and, I don't know, shooting them or some shit. It's like, how likely is that to happen? Yep. I think that's absolutely 10 out of 10. Anna Kasparian can't do that, but apparently she really likes Ben Shapiro, because he's able to engage in these discussions without putting out personal attacks. Well, Anna Kasparian cannot do that. By the way, I think it's worth checking out. Yeah, Anna Kasparian is a complete moron.
If you took a low-paying job,
This
well,
fucking
that was a
dude.
stupid decision. Why don't you take a higher-paying job? That's a you problem.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about
Yeah, I'm sorry, it is.
Ben Shapiro and who he is.
Why didn't you just work harder in school? Like that, you could have earned a higher paying job. That is a you problem.
Shapiro forgot that he's a talentless hack. And I mean
This
that in every
person is
sense of the
such a
word.
phony.
I get it. He speaks quickly, and it's easy to trick people into thinking you're smart when you speak quickly. But if you listen to the substance of what he's saying, it is easily debunkable, and we're going to debunk it today.
I bet if she ever saw him at Politicon, she would say the exact opposite of that, in fact.
So, Ben is known for being sharp, being able to defend his viewpoints without
Dude, I should have put some MLG music behind this. I don't even know why I'm bringing up Anna,
engaging in
but...
personal attacks. So, I'm looking forward to having this conversation with Ben.
I get it. He speaks quickly, and it's easy to trick people into thinking you're smart when you speak quickly. But if you listen to the substance of what he's saying, it is easily debunkable, and we're going to debunk it today. But before I get to that, remember, Ben Shapiro is a very well-paid puppet for the right wing, right? They found him. They realized, hey, you know what?
Because they're captured by the money.
I think it's fair to say that Anna Kasparian is a moron.
Yeah, it is, and I had a lot of acne in that.
Disagreements on culture, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're an awful person. It doesn't mean that I should be afraid of you.
Because rather than focusing on the actual solutions to prevent this from happening, you provide cover for the bad guys. Ben Shapiro always provides cover for the bad guys. Look.
Okay, So this is literally,
The Terminator, Blade Runner, 2001: A Space Odyssey. 3 huge movies.
Weapons to random people on Instagram. Laws that were broken in this case is weapons to random people on Instagram. She says that she wishes she would have reported ways, whether it's through private.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go into all that, but basically, people like Anna Kasparian, who, let me just remind you, motherfucker is 5.38 million subs on her channel. She's the, like, that's the biggest progressive channel. Like, her and Shank Kruger, they're like the main hosts. Yeah, she legit accused Ben Shapiro in this video of being in favor of mass shootings because he supports the Second Amendment. Like, the fuck? And yeah, the context was basically somebody apparently broke gun laws. Like apparently he didn't, and Ben Shapiro said, it's like, dude, I am guessing he broke gun laws because I'm guessing there's a gun law saying that if you're retarded, say if you're retarded enough to commit a mass shooting, you are not allowed to own a firearm. Like, I'm going to guess that there was such a law, okay? And Anna Kasparian, the biggest, lying moron douchebag, and the biggest virtue signaling, bitch. I think it's fair to trust Ben Shapiro over her, but, yeah, that is, 10 out of 10. It's like, people who are in favor of firearms, dude, they really see this discussion as, well, the left wants to take away our firearms, and we want to make sure to get to defend ourselves. Now, I would argue, dude, in France, France doesn't have the highest fucking murder rate, it's like, especially people like Ben Shapiro, they aren't going to get attacked, especially in the type of neighborhoods they live in. Like, motherfucker ain't go get attacked by something. His kid's not gonna get attacked. It's like, that shit is really, like, a big hypothetical. Like, a big hypothetical scenario. That shit won't happen. But they think it's more likely than it really is. And they just wanna be sure. And there's also people who wanna get the security of, you know, if our government cracks down on our rights, I want to get to, no, well, I can defend myself. I mean, I don't think you're going to have much of a chance if the government comes to your door to crack down on your freedoms. You versus the government. Yeah, I don't think you're going to take out the government with any gun. But, I do like that mentality, but let me see. Yeah, I definitely would rate this 10 out of 10 because you can disagree with the Second Amendment, but, like, throwing that as, well, you don't like that kids are getting shot. Well, what percentage of, crimes that are, gun violence related crimes, what percentage of them involve kids getting shot? Like school shootings. I just made a video on that. They like there's I mean not just, but like there have been less people. There have been less people who have died from school shootings. Less kids dead in school shootings combined. From what's it called, almost a century ago, like 1965 or like 1985, something like that, like over the past multiple decades. Then just right now in April, but like as of March something, there had been more people who had died from like just like legit orders of magnitude more people, like 8,000 as opposed to like 200 and something. So you virtue signaling about kids dying when they make up such a low minority of gun violence incidents. It's like, well, maybe you're complaining about suicide deaths. So, like, do you think these people should have to keep living in a life that, like, torments them so much that they are willing to take out their own life? Like, do you think they should be forced to keep living in that? Like, are you that inhumane? Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, that wasn't much of an argument that the people who are in favor of the Second Amendment, who are like going against you on this issue, that they just want kids to get shot, and you arguing that way, like it just makes you look like an asshole, and it makes everything that they say about you true. So, oh, he's reading shit in it. Okay, dancing. Okay. That's fucking hilarious. What is this? Watch again. This is fucking hilarious. What in the fuck? I don't really know. How the fuck would I even rate this? Okay, can anybody help me out here? Okay, well, y'all are fucking gay wads. Y'all aren't gonna help me. Okay. Let me see. Okay, is that Trevor Noah? What the fuck? Dude, could you just tweet more? Oh my god. Promoting men as women. Yeah, dude, you're really like stuck into this men are men and women. It's like science actually says, like, the general scientific consensus on this is that gender dysphoria is a real issue, and just like if you have diabetes, at least type 1, like you're given insulin, that is the treatment recommended by the medical literature and the scientific consensus in general. Well, same thing in that case, gender affirming care, including like surgery, that's what's recommended for gender dysphoria. So, like, those are the facts. You can say, oh, well, this doesn't make sense, but I'm sorry, if these people are just like the talking point goes either these are people who are just have a set fetish with kids or whatever, either there are kids who got indoctrinated into this. It's like, how stupid would you have to be to get convinced by anyone, to allow society to convince you that, well, yeah, you're sex, like, you're actually, yeah, you should chop your dick off. You don't really want that there. You should get a pussy instead. It's like, you're not really, it's like, no, that's not, like, use your logic. Is anybody that stupid ever? Is, like, what percentage of the population is trans? Do you think that amount of people are that stupid? Do you think that's even possible? No. Like, and like, oh well, you just want to make up, like, dude, just like if you see gay people, it doesn't make intuitive sense. Just like, oh well, I don't know, you see somebody, you've always known them as a guy, and like now they're telling you they're a girl, and it's like, what I don't get this. But like yeah, that can seem weird. Like, what, I've always known them as guy, like that's how they are to me and in my reality. But again, gay people, it wouldn't make logical sense from an evolutionary perspective for gay people to exist, because the whole reason why sexual attraction exists is because of our reproductive like aspect as a species. So it literally wouldn't make sense for gay people to exist. But when you see gay people making out, you don't go, oh, they're just trying to like prove their political point or whatever. No, you recognize, I wouldn't do that, not even to prove a point. Okay, they're gay. That's, you don't accuse them of being straight and pretending to be gay because they have some fetish with kids or whatever the fuck the talking point would be. Well, trans people, they're going to have their genitals removed. Apparently, puberty blockers aren't reversible, even though they prescribe them to people who are fucking cis when they undergo puberty too early. Like, yeah, they would be willing to spend like 20 grand on a surgery just to prove a point. Have they like, who? Fuck it. Like, if you wouldn't make, if gay people wouldn't make out to prove a point, why would people remove their genitals and shit to make a point? No, that's absurd. And on top of that, people really like to cherry pick just one side. Like, everybody who talks about like trans people in this way, they will bring up men transitioning to women. There are women who transition into men, and that is almost never talked about. And why? Well, let me see. Did I had this I guess sort of like a debate earlier with somebody. Oh well, I couldn't bring up the pictures, so yeah. Let me I'm sure I brought that up somewhere. Wait. Just so I don't go anywhere fucking weird. So I'm not sure where these pictures are, and okay. Okay, I think I got him. Wait, what the fuck? Dude. My computer is fucking AIDS. Okay, yeah, let me just put... Okay, so, these people, they are also trans people. I'm sure the average conservative, if there was a story that broke out of this guy, or this guy, going in a woman's, locker room, they would immediately scream sexual abuse. Like, are they saying that these people should go into women's locker rooms and should go in the women's bathroom? Like, that's absurd. So, like, it's just way easier to cherry pick men who have transitioned to women. Because the other way around, like, the absurdity is just so clear. Yeah, this person is a woman. Okay, buddy, sure. Blair White is a man. It's like, people will not cherry pick these examples, but if anybody's going to look at Blair White, and say that's a man, should go in the boys' bathroom. Like, these fucking people. Yeah, these should go in the women's bathroom. Like, that's fucking absurd. Like, nobody would take you seriously. So you have to point out, like, these people who, because trans people, like, in the early stages of them transitioning, they just look fucking weird. Like, no shit. And, yeah, you could sort of play off the game of, well, these people wearing a wig, and they just cut off their genitals, and they're now pretending to be some. Oh my god. Wait. The leftist mafia got onto Ben Shapiro for. What? I need to see this. This is the. Dude, the Humanist Report, the Rational National, that's like my boys in here. I am going to need to see this. Yeah. Not a breathing person. 7 talking heads discuss the. I can't believe Ben Shapiro saw, okay. Discuss the proper punishment for her transgression. Wait, okay, I have to see this. This is gonna be epic. This is probably on the leftist mafia.
And you should be able to
Very-
mention those without like having to
And by the way, Anna Kasparian is a moron, and the reason why her tweet is retarded, I don't even know if Ben realized that that was, well, firstly this transgender thing that he's so against, but it's her virtue signaling. Yeah, it's legit just her fucking virtue signaling about, oh, I'm this elitist lady, and oh my god, you people saying stuff online is hurting my feelings. And it's like, motherfucker, get off the internet. We don't want you and need you. You're a lying fucking bitch. You're annoying. You're an asshole. You're a hypocrite. You're not a good person. You're a toxic asshole who's not even funny. If you're gonna be toxic, at least be funny. But she's just an entitled snowflake who just likes to whine about anything. And she does it all for views. She has no integrity, so, yeah, Anna Kasparian, there was a tweet that summed it up really well. You're complaining about, like, mean words online being said to you as a fucking huge elite retard. While trans people's existence is being criminalized. Like, don't you have anything better to talk about? Any sense of priorities? Yeah, Anna Kasparian is a virtue signaling moron piece of shit. So.
And you should be able to
Very-
mention
Let's
those
see.
without like having to classify it as, you know, but you shouldn't get mad at her for this because of her history. No, I mean,
think
no
it
one's
makes
mad at
sense
her
if you
for her
wanna change that
history.
person. I think it makes sense if you want her to change her mind and to understand what she did wrong. Because if it's just if without that context, like again, that's why it's important if you know her that you do include that context, because it's she has to understand that these disagreements are coming from an honest place, and we're not just doing it for clicks, right? Like that's so.
Of course.
But that's not the same. That's not the same, though. That's not the same.
By the way, is this them babbling on about what her punishment should be? I mean, people can have genuine disagreements on the fact that she's a moron, for example. I disagree with her being fucking retarded and a virtue signaling fucking piece of shit. I disagree with her acting that way. I mean,
I have to
that's
say it.
not
Oh my
me
god, I have to
discussing her fucking punishment.
say it. I
What
like
is
Anna, but
where
I
is
feel a
that
little bit like
coming?
this is the coddle the white lady hour.
What
And
the
you know
fuck?
why? And you know why? I thought this even earlier because
Puddle of white lady hour. I love how you know what? This is sort of funny because it's some racist person. Like, I'm pretty sure she said like racist should be for the leftist mafia. Like, yeah, like she keeps bringing shit back to race. She's like, Look at this entitled white lady, and for once it's fucking true, and it's some fucking person who sorta is into that cult of, yeah, let's just turn racism around, okay? We black people, we who were enslaved, meaning like them, but really us, because we're all the same person, we're all black, like that describes us, not our character. Our race describes us, and we're mad about what happened to us, so we want revenge. Look at these dirty entitled white people. Yeah, let's segregate society backwards. You see how racist society is? The only form of legal Jim Crow is, well, affirmative action, but, you know, we could make it even better than that. It's like, yeah, that person's probably a moron, but I love how she's thrown that at... I love how she's thrown that at Anna Kasparian. Like, I just love the inner fight with that.
The Majority Report put out a thing too, and everybody else. And I was like, boy, everybody.
Fucking Sam Siru. Like, dude, that guy's almost as bad as like Chen Kugu. If not, like, he's definitely not worse, but oh my god, he's like the biggest virtue signaler. He's a giant racist. He doesn't even believe in your right to defend yourself. Like, Destiny went over that. Like, he believes that self-defense is murder. Like, he has stated this with the Kyle Rittenhouse situation. Like, no, I don't care that it's self-defense. You kill two people with a gun. That's the only framing that needs to be addressed. So, yeah, Sam Cedar, and he's an entitled asshole. Like, he will make his fans pay to talk to him, and then he will just look down on them condescendingly. Like, even the Rational National here just called into him, and he's a really nice guy, really, like, respectable guy, and like, he pretty much agrees with Sam on most issues. Like, as soon as Sam from the Majority Report realized that this guy was disagreeing with him on any issue, like, he didn't let him speak for 1 second. Like, he just kept berating him with, like, and personal attacks too. Like, it's the fucking Majority Report is cancer.
Sure feels the need to trip over their fucking feet to come out to defend her for getting cooked when all of the people get cooked all the time. Nobody I have yet to watch a video of anybody.
Motherfucker, no one knows what on earth you're saying. Wait, let me replay that. Like, is there a chance I might catch it that... Jesus, this motherfucker has been talking, hasn't she?
And you know what? Oh my god, I have to say it. I like Anna, but I feel a little bit like this is the coddle the white lady hour. And you know why? And you know why? I thought this even earlier because before this, the Majority Report put out a thing too, and everybody else, and I was like, boy, everybody sure feels the need to trip over their fucking feet to come out to defend her for getting cooked when all of the people get cooked all the time. Nobody I have yet to watch a video of anybody defending me from getting fucking cooked. I've never seen it. I've never seen everybody come.
Well, nobody cares about you, probably because you're irrelevant. You seem to also be a virtue signaling cuck, but Anna Kasparian is more of a virtue signaler, and she has probably way less dignity than you. She's probably just way more of a just complete degenerate than you might ever be. And that's probably why she's a lot more popular than you. And no, it's probably not because she's white.
Come out. She has a lot of fucking bad takes, and then she gets cooked because she comes out unprovoked. She asks to be cooked. She got up today and she said, "Twitter, cook me."
Right. Listen,
I has yet to delete the tweet.
Yeah, this motherfucker is the only talking head here who just won't shut the fuck up about... This motherfucker, I have no idea what she said, to be honest. I don't know what language she's speaking in, but yeah, you know what? That might also be a reason why you don't have that many subs and you're irrelevant, and therefore nobody comes to your defense on anything because no one knows you. It's because no one knows what language you're speaking in. English is the prevalent language, and you're talking to a bunch of English speakers who seem to understand you. Most people aren't like that. They just have no clue what you're saying when you're like, dude, like, okay, motherfucker, that's cool, but we'd rather hear someone who speaks English, most of us.
She has yet to delete the fucking tweet.
Wait, she hasn't deleted it?
You know why?
Jeez.
Because at the end of the day, she took a 106,000 like tweet. She didn't even get Rachel.
That might sound like me when I'd be really high and possibly really drunk too, but making a live stream. Like with friends in the car who we're all memeing with. I might sound that way there. I don't even like.
She didn't even get Rachel. She'll be alright. She didn't get it. Like, oh my god.
I saw that Majority Report video that went up. It's exactly what Emma said on the show earlier today.
Dude, I don't look at any of these people. Emma, isn't that his girlfriend?
When I heard Emma say it, I was like, Emma put it great. And then I saw them put it up with the title that says Ana Kasparian is not anti-trans. I'm like, that's not the point. Why are you putting that as the title of the video?
That's
not the point.
She's
This
not
is where the concern.
It was an anti-trans take.
The substance of the viewpoint, she is legitimized. You see what I'm saying? The conversation has just
so
shifted.
If this saying,
like everybody's conversation.
If they're saying she's not anti-trans, this isn't them talking about her punishment or anything. Like they're defending her to some
turf and her career and blah blah blah, rather than talking about the substance of what she put out and why that is offensive to legitimize and why it's a problem for
and being held responsible for it.
Thank you.
Offensive.
Normalize large creators being called out and being like, "Oh shit, I was wrong." Like,
okay, so these people seem like morons, I guess, maybe. Dude, it's so offensive. Get off the internet. But this is what leaders of fundamentalist religious groups do when one of their own strays. Dude, the right is eating up Ron DeSantis like pretty much because he's not giving in to Trump. Like, otherwise, they wouldn't have a problem with Ron DeSantis. Like, there's this civil war on the right between, like, Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump. And they pretty much don't disagree with any policy stuff. Like, they have to start disagreeing now because, well, they have to put some attacks out. But normally, they don't disagree on anything. Okay, anything. There is no moral equivalence between those who murder or celebrate the murder of. Don't know who that is. And, yeah, I'm sorry, but there's a very big difference between murdering someone and celebrating someone's murder. Like, one is a murder, and one you could call being an asshole. Okay. This yeah, of course this fucking retard was gonna like keep going on this tangent. Like, let's just more virtue signaling. No, it's like this person's just such a virtue signaling cuck, as if this was an important debate to be had. Like, she just likes the drama and attention. Like, she doesn't care about discussing anything serious or worth discussing on the big platform she has, so So yeah, like this virtue signaling moral, like morally righteous performance, she could shove that up her ass. She's not a good person. By truth, she would never bring that up if it were like not this context. I'm sorry, but this is somewhat like the George Floyd situation where Democrats just did that. Just portray police officers under a bad light to promote their agenda of racism. Like, this sort of sounds like the same thing, but to promote your agenda of, I'm sorry, I hate that this parallel is true, but, yeah, you remember one of my very first videos on my channel was, the Daily Wire and Fox News are copying CNN. like, this is very true. This really goes back to the George Floyd thing. This is more true than ever. Like, with George Floyd, like, the media, CNN, all these people, yeah, they used the tragedy of somebody getting shot, something wrong happening, and the fact that they had the perfect context. Oh, well, look, it's this white guy who's committing violence against a black guy. And, well, this was a tragedy, but it was the perfect framing for them to just take that and what's it called? Yeah, for them to just exploit that as like their ammunition to start their new race war. Look at what we saw this white police officer do to a black guy. You see what all police officers are. Not only are they white, but they're racist. Because this might be a big country, and this might be one anecdote we have, but trust me. Just fucking trust me, because we're not gonna give more than a trust me on this, and people actually fucking trust them because that's what they want to hear, and then that leads to a whole group just being marginalized and being discriminated against and hated, and legit being portrayed as just violent racist when the video they probably watched it too, and they were probably just as if not more disgusted than you were from watching it. So that shit was extremely just disgusting, them doing that with the George Floyd thing. Just trying to like use that anecdote, use tragedy to back up their political agenda, get their new race war going, and just keep going with their racist fucking agenda of, well, you see white people, especially like police officers, let's start there. Just like the writers ton, like, yeah, drag queen events, when like that's not necessarily trans people. It's like yeah, those people aren't necessarily trans. Like, yeah, let's just target drag queens. The left was like, yeah, let's just target police officers. Yeah, they're just ordinary people who need a job, just like you. If you're like some random middle class person who like the left is trying to virtue signal over and pander to. Like, yeah, they're just like you. In fact, you might be a police officer who's just middle class, just trying to go by your life. Well, yeah, you can thank the left for that. Like, from that point on, from George Floyd on, if you're a police officer, you'd start getting seen as just this violent racist piece of shit, and the left did this by exploiting a tragedy. For their political agenda so that they can spread their racism. Like CNN did that. That was wrong. I called it what it was. This is very similar. Like they're exploiting a shooting. They like the right would never point things out like this. They would never point out, oh, there was a shooting. How many shootings fucking happened? It's like, firstly, they only exist really like in the United States. You can look that up. It's very easy. Maybe that has something to do with firearms because like by your logic, like Ben Shapiro has said based on that, I don't think people with gender dysphoria should have the right to own a gun. Well, what percentage of the population is trans? And well, what percentage of school shootings, what percentage of shootings have been committed by trans people? I think it's even fucking smaller than the percentage of the population they make up. So, I mean, I'm sorry, but there have been a lot more school shootings carried out by white people than carried out by trans people. So, like, if because of the actions of one person, you're going to like make a ban, like disenfranchise an entire group. I don't agree with the Second Amendment, but if you're going to do that, like, why don't you ban white people from having guns? Like, if we apply your logic, we should just ban all white people, including you, from carrying a firearm. Like, do you want trans people not to be able to protect their kids? Oh, well, they just don't care about their kids. It's like, dude, that is a big claim, and didn't you say earlier, I'm not going to scroll back up to that, but like, yeah, it's just irrational and stupid to argue that people coming from the other point of view, come from the other side, such as Ben Shapiro, when they're telling you, yeah, I'm in favor of firearms. It's just insane to just accuse them of being in favor of children getting murdered. Obviously, that's not what they're saying. Obviously, they aren't in favor of that. Like, you're just ad hominem them and being toxic. Like, that's not a bit. Like, dude, I'm sorry, but you're sorta doing the same shit, like, by accusing trans parents, like, oh, well, they're just abusive, all that. Like, you're going at a very, making bad assumptions and, personal attack type, standpoint when attacking trans people. Like, oh, these people, they just want to attack your kids. Dude, that's sort of what people say of you when you claim to be in favor of the Second Amendment. People are like, oh, well, that's because you want more kids to get shot. Well, you're sort of doing that when you're like, oh, well, you're in favor of treating gender dysphoria the way that experts and the medical literature and consensus as a whole say it should be treated. Oh, well, you're just in favor of child mutilation and you probably have a fetish with kids. It's like, the fuck? No, you don't. That's not good for. Like, you're doing the same shit you just complained about. The fuck, man? Like, why are you doing that? That's just insane. Like, I'm high as fuck. And I could tell you that's insane. Like, and I'm autistic. And, like, I'm a full fledged fucking retard. Like, that should tell you a lot. If I could tell you this, dude, But yeah, I'm sorry, but, you're doing the exact same shit that CNN and MSNBC and all did with George Floyd. Just, yeah, based on one action. That what percentage of the trans community shot 3 Christian children in Tennessee? What percentage of the trans community committed that act of violence? That, like, what percentage of them went in like 0% of them did that. So you want to disenfranchise a whole group of people. You want to push more discrimination against them based on just one person, one thing. That's fucking insane. You need more than one anecdote. You need actual data to back doing something like that, to back that up. And you're always pro Second Amendment. It's insane that you'd switch over something that you're just so all in to defend. You legit say, oh, well, if you're trying to take away my Second Amendment rights, you're just trying to stop me from defending my kids. It's like, dude, apply that to people with gender dysphoria. But his case is, well, they're sort of mentally disabled and unstable and stuff. Dude, I'm sorry, but that is just not fucking true. Because, like, if you can concede that gay people can be a thing, even though it doesn't make sense that gay people would exist. Again, as I mentioned, the whole point of like, the whole reason behind sexual attraction, the whole reason that exists is because the human is a reproductive species by nature. That's the reason why you're attracted to people. Well, by that logic, it wouldn't make sense that anybody would be gay because, well, like, the whole point of the whole premise behind why we're attracted to people is because we're a reproductive species. But when you see 2 gay people making out, it's like you think, well, I wouldn't do that to not even to prove a point. Nah, like, they're gay. Okay, let's move on. So when people are gonna spend like 20K or more than that on a fucking surgery to get their genitals removed, take supposedly reversible puberty blockers and shit, like, yeah, all of that. Oh, well, yeah, they're just doing it for clout. Well, they're mentally like 1% or more of the population. Like, are you serious? Like, there's no way, dude. You have to think more about this. Like, a man is a man. A man is a man is a man is a man. A woman is a woman. It's like, dude, That's not enough, buddy. I'm sorry. So, zero. Wait, Democrats have saved their outpouring of sympathy for trans activists. Democrat gun radicals who trespass at the Capitol. Democratic gun control radicals who trespassed at the Capitol. Are we talking about January 6th? These weren't. Who trespassed at the Capitol? Like, I'm pretty sure the only people who ever trespassed at the Capitol were, fuck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those were only the January 6th protesters. Oh, what in the fuck? Okay, dude. Okay, am I going to have to literally refresh this? Oh my god, this is fucking insane. Okay, wait, okay, unsent tweets. Fuck you, dipshit. Dude, I can't fucking stand this cancer. Just fuck off. Dude, this is just so fucking retarded. My computer's just a fucking sack of cancer. Holy shit. Let me try and see if there's a way for me to do this on my phone. Oh my fucking god. My computer is absolute fucking dog shit. Holy. In the absolute fuck off. I am literally not able to reply to this tweet with anything. Holy shit. This is fucking insane. Like, this is batshit crazy. Like, there was... Can you go fuck yourself, please? Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, there was no way for me to, reply to this. This is fucking insane. Jesus fucking Christ. Has this reached a maximum amount of replies? Holy shit. Okay, this is just fucking insanely cancerous. No, you fucking degenerate. What in the fuck? Holy shit. Is there a way? Just fuck you. let me just remove this. Just remove that. Okay, is there away from me? Holy fucking shit. No, discard that. Okay, is it... Can I discard that? Are you fucking insane? Discard that. I just put... Twitter's just fucking insanely retarded. Just fuck this. So there is literally no way for me to remove this. This is just fucking insane. Okay, holy shit, dude. This was insanely hard. What in the fuck? There is no drafted tweet, you fucking degenerate. Oh my fucking shit. Dude. Just fuck this. Discard that. So if I retweet that and then quote the tweet, okay. Now can you please fuck off and let me unretweet that? Is this quoted tweet still get... Like, this is just so fucking insane that I just had to go through so many loopholes just to be able to reply to a tweet. Like, I had to spend like 10 minutes just replying to a tweet. Like, go fucking kill yourself. Jesus Christ. Who the fuck is taking care of this platform now? Like, Elon Musk resigned as CEO. Who in the fuck is so low IQ'd that they legit added something to make it just almost impossible to reply to some tweets sometimes? Like, dude, their parents need to stop fucking dropping them on their head. Like, they need to learn to stop fucking doing that to their kids. Like, that's what it fucking results in. People fucking making that type of shit where you legit have to go through an insane amount of loopholes just to reply to someone's tweet. Like, what the whole platform is supposed to be based on. Like, this is just colossally retarded. Dude, I might get smoking some weed. What the fuck is that? That's fucking amazing. Don't know what the SATs are though. But I don't know if that's an accurate representation of like having someone's intelligence. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Well, if that's the case, why don't we just replace all our fire extinguishers with flamethrowers? What does that have to do with anything? Fire extinguishers, oh, I fucking, yeah, like, stop fire with fire. That's not really how it, like, that is the worst parallel you could draw. And then, and actually, like, there are some, like, big fires, apparently they do use fires to extinguish, but, like, that's besides the point. Yeah, like, fire extinguishers are more effective at that, and, this is a more nuanced question. Like, the argument is really, if guns are made illegal, people will just keep carrying them illegally, and the people who obtain them illegally usually, like, they're going to be the people who are going to try to kill you, and the people who have a gun legally, they can stop that. But the thing is, gun violence, including school shootings and all that shit, way more prevalent over here than they are in, say, Canada. So maybe we should adopt Canada's laws. Like, it's just safer, but I think that's hilarious. Most people at Harvard are probably not all that smart. They probably just have wealthy parents. So that will go with a 7 out of 10. And I'm legit discard that, please. Fuck you. So I'm going to legit have to. This is so retarded. No idea what this is. Oh my fucking god. This is, yeah, okay, so more of the left's identity politics. Yeah, so this is important because this person is like there's somebody of color. Yeah, so basically their identity matters. Well, since you want to go back to segregation, how about you stop complaining about shit like a wage gap, since you don't believe in equal rights? I'm sure this person would also tell us that if you hit a woman, that is not okay, but a woman hitting you, yeah, that's, yeah, but if you punch her back, oh my god, you should probably go to jail for that. I'm sure those are the same type of people who would say that this guy could say the word nigger, but if I said that, well, that is not okay. I'm sure that's the type of people who would, like, dude, these people, oh, I've heard it. Yeah, so, oh my god, this person is. This is why this is important. We need more of this shit. So he's calling for more segregation or affirmative action. We need these people because they're minorities. It's like yeah, new record. It's like, yeah, this is our identity politics. So am I gonna be allowed to do this? Well, apparently fucking not. This is insanely fucking stupid. Yeah, identity politics bad. I agree. Dude, this might need to be split into multiple videos. And this, I mean, how many fucking views do I have? 0? From the mother of a friend of one of the girls murdered in Israel this past. What the fuck does this even have any meaning? No, I have to look at that in Google Translate. Okay, what is this? What the fuck? I don't even know what to say to that. Oh. Oh, it's for... Yeah, okay. But I'm just high. Didn't read this right. Wait. What? And choose for our ancestors and for us. That makes little to no sense, but sorry for your loss, I guess. It was the first reply some. Dude, that's fucking hilarious, dude. That's, yeah, it's epic. I want to see the replies on this. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's sort of true because the Bible does condone abortion in certain circumstances, for example. So, yeah, that's something. Dude, that's fucking hilarious. They're just memeing him in this. Okay, dude, I'm getting bored and no one's watching, but I mean, I really thought of making this a series. Oh my god, Libs of TikTok. Just great. Yeah, I don't know. If this is really not doing well, I don't know about this. Dude, Ben Shapiro needs to tweet more instead of retweeting. It is perfectly appropriate to be outraged about the abuse of our justice system to target political opposition. Yeah, I think that's it. I think he's talking about Donald Trump. I mean, there are plenty of reasons to take Trump down. There are plenty of actual crimes he committed, such as the genocide in Yemen, like funding that after he took a bribe from Saudi Arabia, and he funded that. That is a human rights violation. He's like, what's it called? He censored medicine going into Iran for the Iranian people, like the citizens, not the citizens. He put sanctions on Iran on medicine, and like the UN or whatever, they said no, you can't sanction medicine. That's in violation of international law. You can't do that, and he was like, screw you, I'm doing it anyway. Like people, that is a crime. He should be indicted for that. Absolutely, people probably died over that. He sanctioned medicine going into Iran because he had beef with them. Like, that's fucking insane. But yeah, like over that shit, clearly they like, I mean, dude, when they're trying to take Trump down and they're like, he paid hush money to a hooker. Basically, he did that using campaign donations. And like, I mean, that's legal, but I mean, you know what? It's not, because well, it's Trump. Yeah, like, great fucking argument, right? Outrage is gasoline. It can be used to fuel forward motion, or it can be used to set yourself on fire. Outrage is not a solution. Victory is. I mean, I'm sorry, but not always true. Look at the revolution in France. Now it led to just radicalism on the other side, just radicalism in reverse. Yeah, let's behead anybody who disagrees with us. But it was the first step in getting us away from tyranny. Like, it was justified. Like, beheading the king for what he had done, that was justified. And like, these people, when they went to the Bastille and stormed it, what they did afterwards was absolutely unjustified, but them committing violence in that sense, in that way, going and like beheading all these people who had done them wrong, like, firstly, that was justified because these people had really screwed them over, and on top of that, like, that's how they got to being able to have a world where their human rights were also being considered. Like, they weren't just serving the first class. Don't vote to send a message? Vote to win. Okay. I mean, vote for whatever the fuck you want to vote for. You should. I think that's sort of stupid. Vote to win. I think that's a better approach to it. That's a more productive way of thinking about it, because I mean, if you are trying to vote with the mindset of, dude, me doing that, me individually, that is going to change the outcome of the election. You personally, your individual, like, what's it called? Your individual contribution to, like, the election system, it will not change anything. Because one person's vote has never been the difference between one candidate winning and another candidate winning. And on top of that, your vote isn't even a factor in who wins an election. Your vote isn't even being considered in choosing who's going to be president, because we go by the electoral college, not the popular vote. So your vote in an election does not have any value. It does not have any weight. Like, it doesn't matter who you vote for. That is literally not even a factor that's relevant to who gets, like, put into office. So, like, not only, even in a popular vote, where, like, let's just say that we had a democratic election system, even in that scenario where we have the popular vote over the electoral college, under that system, if you voted versus not voting, like, the chances of your vote actually impacting an election is smaller than the chances of you winning the lottery. Like, probably orders of magnitude smaller. Like, your contribution on itself. Like, you should probably vote to just get into the crowd mentality. If the crowd has the mentality of voting, like, you just going with the crowd and being like, I think that's a better way to send it, because no, like, you, whether you as an individual vote or not, it doesn't change the results of an election. Like, it just doesn't. Yeah, and that's why he like broke with Trump, by the way. He will lose. Yep. I think that's fair, but the right does have some pretty, I mean, like, on the left, yeah, police officers, you know what, that's the group we're going to marginalize because it fits our agenda. Since we want to push racism, and, well, since racism has sort of died, like, I mean, people just aren't racist anymore. And, like, well, we on CNN, we've been trying to push this thing of white supremacy being a huge thing, but, well, since white supremacy and flat earth have been competing for relevancy for fucking decades now, probably, like, at least over a decade. I've lived in Louisiana, a red state, since I was 6. I'm 20 now. Never seen somebody who was racist, except for online. Never seen someone who's an anti-Semite. Those people pretty much don't exist. Like, you're more likely to have seen a flat earther than an anti-Semite or a racist, even if you live in a red state. So CNN trying to push this message of, look, white supremacists, they're everywhere, dude. They're just all over the place. Like, just open your eyes, bro. Since that didn't work, because nobody's racist, they're just bullshitting, and everybody who has eyes can just open them and realize that. Like, I mean, they have some impact from virtue signaling, because everybody likes that. Everybody likes to make somebody the victim of something, because as long as, like, society is not well, as long as there are problems, human instincts, we tend to like having somebody to point the finger at, and people, especially like CNN, people with heavy weight, who just give us people to point the finger at, who are just gonna be like, well, we'll give you somebody to blame for this, well, people are just gonna eat that shit up because they want someone to blame. And CNN's gonna be like, well, look, police officers. It's just an easy thing. And it turns out, no, most people are good people, including police officers. And you could say that of anyone of any occupation, like, oh, well, teachers. But it's just easier to blame that on police officers because their job, unlike the average person's job, includes handling criminals who might have a gun. Apparently George Floyd had fentanyl in his system when he died. No, that's not the reason why he died. The autopsy showed that's not the reason why he died. Like, they made a separate autopsy. The police station, they tried to falsify the autopsy results, and they had independent people, like, review. Yeah, the police lied about that. Like, the police station lied about it. That wasn't true. But that's just to give you an idea of who these people are, like, who they're having to deal with. A lot of them might be under the influence of drugs, and when you're under the influence of drugs, you don't know whether someone's going to shoot or not. Now, Derek Chauvin had no excuse. He should have the death penalty. because he murdered someone. George Floyd wasn't armed. He had his knee on George Floyd's neck, and he killed him. He should get the death penalty for that, obviously. Like, I don't even need to go into that, but because the left could find one white guy, good framing in terms of identity, which, oh, well, isn't that supposed to not be important anymore? Isn't that your message? Well, yeah, I mean, like, what more do I have to say to this? I mean, the fucking left is the party of Black Lives Matter. Well, when there's a new slogan, let's add on to Black Lives Matter. Yeah, let's make that All Lives Matter. People who are in support of like the status quo on the Black Lives Matter movement is, well, All Lives Matter is, well, pretty much a protest to all protest. It's like, yeah, you're like it's pretty much a rebuttal, an attempt at a rebuttal of our values and what we stand for. Well, if a colorblind statement is you consider that a rebuttal of your ideology by, like, just by nature of it being colorblind, you are by definition fucking racist. Like, dude, just like white lives matter, well, how about all lives matter? Like that, we just take away the racism. It's like, yeah, they're going to get a violent criminal, like Mike Brown, as somebody who they're going to represent as their movement, somebody who was violent and a criminal, instead of somebody like Martin Luther King, who preached peaceful protesting. It's like, yeah, the Black Lives Matter crowd, they are not only racists, but they are violent. Like people like Vegan Gains from like Richard Burgess from Vegan Gains. He's made videos demonstrating that. Like yeah, that shit is pretty racist, obviously. Like all of the left's rhetoric, but then the right do the same shit with trans people. It's like, yeah, well, police officers. Yeah, look at this anecdote we have of like a white police officer committing violence against a black police officer. So then like every police officer, well, I don't know, the highest the most frequent cause of death for police officers in the line of duty apparently is suicide. They have one of the highest suicide rates. Oh well, doesn't matter. Like, we'll throw them under the bus for attention. But oh well, let's look at it. Oh, it seems like black police officers are like twice as likely. They're more likely to shoot to shoot black people as opposed to white police officers, and yeah, like black people are more likely to shoot at police officers as opposed to police officers are likely to shoot at them. A lot of things like that. It's like, oh well, that sort of puts things into perspective now, doesn't it? How about the fact that well, with the trans thing, well, what is the rate of what's it called? What's the rate of sexual assault at drag queen events versus in churches? Yeah, churches. And I wasn't expecting that either, because who the fuck would sexually assault someone in a church? Well, apparently it's way more common that at drag queen events. I have yet to hear an instance of that happening at a drag queen event, but in churches, yeah, that happens a lot more. So that sort of puts things into perspective. Same thing with like, oh, these immigrants come in to commit just so much crime. These immigrants commit, and it's like, actually, both native-born and non-native, both legal and illegal immigrants are 2 to 4 times less likely to commit any types of crimes as opposed to native-born Americans, and this intuitively makes sense because, well, they have something to lose. They could be deported, for instance, so that makes intuitive sense. And it's like, all of these things, when you put them into perspective, it's like, dude, it's all the same shit. Like, I'm sorry, it really is. So I don't know why I even went on that little tangent right there, but I will rate that a 3 out of 10. It's not horrible, it's just sort of not smart, I guess, in a way. Okay. This is really not doing well. Holy shit. I will, but let me see if I can reply this tweets again. So I will rate this 8 out of 10. It is, but it's like... Dang. 8 out of 10. It is hot garbage, but he should be indicted on other things. But I'm sure he was indicted on these other things. Like, Ben might say the same shit. I mean, I'm sorry, he hasn't called Trump out on these things. Oh god.
Scientists are overwhelmingly atheistic in nature. Why do you think that is? Why is there this apparent massive gap between the practice of science and belief in religion?
I know, maybe because science sort of teaches you about all these things that religion is wrong about. I'm not sure. The Bible might say that the earth is flat. I'm not sure if it says that, but religion in general is really like, it's always been a thing throughout the human species, and it's like, yeah, people will make religions that just appeal to their lifestyle and that revolves around them. So that's why like in Islam, it's like you can't eat pork. Well, why? Apparently back in the day and like around where these people lived, there was a problem with pork, and like because of the way they'd cook it or something, like for some reasons that were applicable to back in the day, like it would be unhealthy, and they'd be better off just avoiding pork. So like, as a good rule of thumb for back in the day, like the Quran says don't eat pork. Like, I'm sure like all these tribes that have religious beliefs, they base their religious beliefs off of their tribes and their rituals. Like, religion in general tends to just like depend on and revolve around like those that made the religion at that point in time. And like the whole idea behind religion is really to like be able to shield ourselves from the reality that well, life fucking sucks. Reality isn't great, reality isn't perfect, and reality is pretty harsh. There are some harsh truths about reality, such as dying. People don't like to think about the fact that when their loved ones die, they are gone for good. Remember what it felt like before you existed? Well, that's how it'll feel like after you stop existing. You won't exist anymore, just like before you existed. Remember that? No. And like, to think like all of this, everything you've ever built up in your entire life, everything you are, everything that makes you like everything you value, that'll be gone. All your memories, all that shit just gone. That is pretty uncomfortable to think about, and it really appeals to people when like questions like that, when you can have a system where like, oh well, things will get put right after, like a system of heaven and hell like that. Since everybody has people they hate, and it just feels good to make you think that, well, things will get put right. It's just appealing to get to know when you're really mad at someone and you just hate somebody, to just get, well, this fucking dipshit is gonna burn in eternal flames after they die, because that's what they deserve. Getting to think that of somebody when you have a very negative interaction with them and you come out just hating their guts or something. Like, that is a belief that a lot of people just enjoy. It appeals to a lot of people to get to have that, but on the other hand, that doesn't go both ways, because most people believe that they are good people. Like, if two people have a big feud and they both believe in God, they would both be thinking this person's going to go to hell, and well, I'm not, and it'd just comfort both of them. But they'd come out with like the opposite stuff, and well, it's not like one of them's gonna have to find out later, and if they do, well, that's not relevant during their life. So religion appeals to you because people like the idea of revenge. That's just a human instinct, and I think to some extent it should be a human right whenever it's justified. But like, yeah, people like the idea of knowing they'll get their revenge on just shitty people who deserve it, at least in their mind. And everybody in their mind believes that they are good people who would go to heaven if heaven was real. Pretty much everyone believes that. And on top of that, throughout life, this is what is important to scientists, is that religion, more than anything, is to feed our giant curiosity. Like, we as humans are very curious. That is why we got to where we are. We have a huge curiosity. We need to learn more. Like, we strive to learn more, and well, sometimes you don't know things because it takes years and centuries and decades and all of that shit of evolution and of just the science evolving in general, to be able to learn all that we learn. And your curiosity does not get satisfied by that. Sometimes you want to know how things work and you want to know it fast, and that's just a way that like feeds your curiosity, because it's not comfortable to think, well, I don't know how all this works. Like, how yeah, people back in the day, how the hell, like, the sun's just, like, it's night then it's day, and like these like stars and shit, they just sort of hold up in the sky. How does that work? People don't like having to not know these things and knowing they will never know these things when they're just curious. It's in our instincts. So yeah, people make realities about that. Like, people make up justifications for that, explanations, since they don't have explanations because their curiosity can't help it. And those are usually way more appealing than the truth. But then when science makes bigger and bigger advancements, like, religion is older than like the huge exponential what's it called? Like, evolution of science. Like, science has like evolved and improved at a huge rate after religion. And it sort of shows that a lot of the things that religion was crafted to give an explanation to, because we didn't have an answer back then, a lot of them are now just scientifically provably false. Because science is a better explanation to reality than religion, because it goes on observations and not just like religion is just an alternative. It gives us some like answers to get to have to feed our curiosity when we can't answer them. So that's why scientists, I'd guess, are mostly atheists, because it fundamentally goes against the observations.
Many scientists fall back on this trope that, you know, I'd rather have questions that cannot be answered than answers that cannot be questioned. As you know, the word Israel in Hebrew means someone who fights with God, a people that argues with God.
I think that's very true. Wow, that's
with God. A people that means someone who fights with God, a people that argues.
What is this part? That was someone who fights with God. What the fuck? But I should go smoke some more weed, but first. These tackies are making my nose run. but it's lit. You know, tankies are epic. Let's see.
I mean, someone who fights with God, a people that argues with God. And we are being tested in some ways. And it's difficult. I mean, the question of theodicy, you've gone over that many times. But in particular, I think scientists have a natural anti-authoritarianism, that they don't like to be told what to do. I think that they, oftentimes, biggest atheists, that I know, have sort of a very simplistic understanding of religion. And so it's very easy to prop up a straw man, straw woman, as we...
They don't want to be told what to do. And they straw man. I'm sure scientists mostly just don't talk about religion. And, no, that is probably not the reason. That's the reason you would get for woke activists to condemn and throw religion away. They just didn't want to be told what to do anymore. Like, they happened to be gay, and when they found out, oh, well, religion sort of condemns homosexuality. That's why some people around me might, like, condemn me for it. Oh, well, I'm trans, and people are using religion to back just mirroring me as a pedophile and shit. Yeah, I'm sort of going away. That's not what scientists are doing. They just recognize that their observations are more accurate than religion.
We would say. And then tear it down, burn it up.
And that the two are incompatible.
Because in reality, that's just another form of, instead of anti-authority bias, it's a form of confirmation bias.
It's a form of confirmation bias instead. Let me make sure I know that. I'm confirmed that I know what that is. No, scientists, they are very strict on burden of proof and not jumping onto conclusions. It's one of the most important things in burden. If you look at you could look at 3 Blue 1 Brown, but I mostly look at PBS Spacetime. I mean, if anybody's interested in stuff like astrophysics, like that's a big passion. Like, dude, this guy will do everything to make sure, no, we cannot jump onto conclusions. They have huge standards for burden of proof. Like, they anticipate all that. They know what, what's it called? Like, which standards to go on, which, they have a whole criteria for burden of proof. They will not jump on ideas because it sounds, no, that's what religion does. It sounds appealing. Everything about religion is appealing, and that's why it really fits the, like, what people thought back in the day. That's why it's no longer compatible, but... What is this gonna be? Okay.
Well, today is the big day. Last night, Donald Trump flew from Mar-a-Lago to Manhattan in order to turn himself in to be arraigned. What that means is that later this afternoon, he goes in front of a judge who will plead not guilty. All of this, of course, followed hard on the insane media coverage yesterday, in which we basically got Donald Trump's plane leaving Mar-a-Lago treated essentially like O.J. Simpson's Ford Bronco back during the NBA Finals. It was pretty amazing. So we begin.
Isn't O.J. Simpson like the guy who murdered his wife? I don't really get this parallel.
With Trump leaving Mar-a-Lago, a lot of his supporters lined the roads, as you would imagine. Again, this is it's a bizarrely and horrifically historic moment when the party in power or members.
Dude, I already forgot about. To be honest, I didn't even watch any of that footage. Probably boring. Don't.
Party in power decide to indict the opposition leader. Right? Donald Trump is, by every available polling metric, the front runner.
And by the way, I think that's a very. I have to point this out. That is accurate. Like the Democratic Party, indicted Trump. The law, what's it called? Like the fucking non-partisan law people, no, those aren't the people going after Trump. partisan Democrats are the ones indicting Trump. Like, these charges are absolutely partisan. Even people on the left, like Secular Talk, admit this. Like, yeah, they're partisan, but we still want him to be taken down for this anyways.
In the Republican nomination race, he's the former president of the United States and possibly the future president of the United States. And now he's arrested in New York for crimes that are extremely flimsy. But to pretend that there aren't incentive structures in place that have caused this to happen in the first place, that the left is not doing this for a reason. They are absolutely doing this for a reason. They're indicting Trump on flimsy charges because they had to, because they've been saying for years that he is a criminal, and they have not fulfilled that promise to their base. Simultaneously, they are hoping to elevate Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential race, and they are achieving.
I mean, the left is sort of going on the, I'm finished my chip. The left is actually more feeding into the, well, he's a criminal, but he's so powerful that, well, he's privileged, so he won't, well, you see, this is just proof that we don't have blind justice. Otherwise, Trump would be indicted. Like, they actually get to use that as a talking point, so. I know, I don't think that's the reason. Like, I think, on that front, they get to keep using the, look at the elites, bro, there's this double standard between, like, Trump committed all these crimes. We can point to actual real crimes that he committed and say, look, he commits these crimes, but, like, there's this double standard. Look, he's, like, the biggest elitist, claiming to fight against the motherfucker. He's the biggest elite, and that is why he's not gonna get indicted. And that can be the their justification to that. But I think they're just really mad that he spent the last, like that he spent 4 years just triggering them. And so they're going after him.
Achieving that effect, the polling data right now has Trump up significantly in the 2024 primaries. This is presumably exactly what the media want. Again, they are not dum-dums. They know exactly what they're doing. So the money is on their side. The politics is on their side. And folks on the right, obviously, are resonating to Trump's cause because they feel correctly that he is being unfairly targeted.
Mm. Now, the problem is Secular Talk has pointed out, like, even though he's going to gain support, at least temporarily in the, like, primaries, he's going to go up in the polls. Like, in terms of general elections, this isn't gonna help him in a general election. Him being indicted over this, that's not gonna help him in a general election. But yeah, oh wow, he's pointing that out. And I think it will backfire on him. And I think it's been clear, like, way before this, like, Trump is not going to get elected again. Like, no way. Okay. Yeah, well. Okay. So I will rate this 8 out of 10. And yeah, I sort of knew this would happen, so 8 out of 10. So with all of this, let's go ahead and see. Here we have 8 out of 10. Yeah, okay, so, you know what, just to not be gay and shit, let me, actually, that is pretty, let me go ahead and get my flashcards. That's all I'm gonna do, at least for the day. I don't know, I doubt I'll be doing more of this, a lot, since this clearly isn't doing well right now. Like, unless people want to see it, if people say they want to see more, I don't know. I'd be thinking of, like, Elon Musk, fucking Donald Trump, Cenk Uygur. And, like, fuck, dude. To review Cenk Uygur, I'd probably need a fat-ass fucking blunt to go through his tweets. Like, dude, the fucking cancer. So 8 plus 8 plus 3 plus 10 plus 7 plus 0 plus 10 plus 10 plus 3 plus 10 plus 5 plus 0 plus 10. Okay, so now we have to divide that by, let's see. 130. So let's just go ahead and see. Okay. Just using my arrow key like that. I don't have to press shift. 0, 10. Did I just, I don't think I counted these. Did I just type out the perfect amount? Not that 130 divided by 84. Okay, so 130 divided by 84. Wait, no. I'm really fucking high. I cannot do basic math. Wait. Yeah, that's a fraction of 10. So then we I'm so fucking stupid. I don't even need to do that, but that's 6.46. So I guess Ben's tweets get a 6.5. And how much is that? Out of 13 tweets we rated, that is and let me just put in my fucking live stream, of course, because yeah, why wouldn't I want to do that? Because I really hope my fucking video count does not catch up to my sub count. That'd be pretty embarrassing, but yeah. I guess Ben Shapiro gets a 6 out of 10 for his tweets. And I'm sure Cenk Uygur would get a lot less, but yeah, didn't do that well, but here's my review of Ben Shapiro's Twitter account. That's as much as I'll do for now. But hope y'all have enjoyed this stream. I like this video of y'all, and I will see y'all next time. Peace. Now, is this gonna end, or do I